All right, folks, we're getting ready to get started, and we'd like to welcome everybody out to the Reserve tonight. And thank y'all for hanging out. I see a lot of good friends here, and I really appreciate y'all coming out. And everywhere I look, I see great friends of mine, and we got a lot of great, talented singers and writers and pickers in the house, and we're gonna get every daggum one of them up. But before we do. Give us a second while we adjust the sound. If we're a little too loud, let us know. If we're not loud enough, let us know. A little bit about what's getting ready to break loose is my name is Bobby Starnes. I'm from a little town in East Tennessee called Kingsport, Tennessee, and I'm a songwriter. I've written over 3,000 songs. I've had over 150 cuts. I've had 6 number ones. 4 songs on Grammy-nominated albums, and that's enough about me. This guy sitting right here, he's a super hot picker and most talented guy in East Tennessee. I always say there's no end to this man's talent and there's no beginning to my talent, but I'm just a songwriter, and but we're going to do a set of songs for you that I've either written or co-written. I'm going to tell you about a little bit about each song, and we're just going to jam. Jason and I don't believe in practicing, and so it's going to be off the cuff, and we'll just see how that goes. But sometimes it goes good, and sometimes who knows. But with that being said, I'm going to start with this first song. This first song I wrote, it's the only song I've ever written about myself, and I like to do it early on because it tells you a little bit about some of the things I've done. Every line in this song is 100% true except for one. This song is 98.6% true. There's one half of one line that's actually not true. And if you can guess what it is, I'll buy you a beer. How's that? You ready, buddy?
Get her done.
All right. I played New York City, I played Tootsie's Lounge, I played in every Baptist church and dive bar in this town. I once played for the president and twice with Johnny Cash. I can play him fast or play him slow, most are about half-fast. It's what I do, it's who I am, and I know you don't give a damn. Tell me, where would the young guns be if it wasn't for old troubadours like me? Billings, Montana, back in '95. Biggest bar brawl I ever saw, but I made it out alive. Broke down in Texas, just south of San Antonio. Till the car will ride with the cattle drive, 'cause the show must go on. It's what I do, it's who I am. I know you don't give a damn. Tell me, where would the young guns be if it wasn't for old troubadours like me? I played big stadiums, seen them lined out the door. And I played my share for empty chairs, tips and nothing more. It's what I do, it's who I am. And I know you don't give a damn. Tell me, where would the young guns be if it wasn't for old troubadours like me? If it wasn't for old troubadours like me. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Give me just a second, tune back up here. So this song here I wrote a few years ago. A good buddy of mine, Mr. Trey Hensley, recorded this song on his Rob Ox and Trey Hensley's first record, which was nominated for a Grammy. Yay! And he was so excited about this song, and he sent me the first copy of it, and he had Dan Tominski on it, and everybody. And I listened to the song, and I was like, my God, that song's not finished. It needs another verse. So I wrote another verse to the song. And the only way you get to hear the other verse is if you hear me sing it, because he didn't add it. And a little fun song about moonshining, but I think it's about love. I think it's a love song. But some people think it's a moonshining song. I'll let you make up your own mind. It's called Lightning. You ready? Kick it off on me. 1, 2, 3. Well, the story's told many moons ago how we used to run and shine without headlights in the dead of night by the moonlight through the pines. In a V8 Ford, blacked out and bored according to the law. But that's a joke, cause the dust and smoke were all they ever saw. And some folks call him lightning, but I just call him Dad. The most famous outlaw that Tri-County ever had. His Uncle Bill had a moonshine still somewhere underground. That's what they say, but to this day that still ain't been found. And together they horned 10 acres of corn, but they never sold it near. Every fall they'd chop it on, it somehow disappear. Some folks call him lightning, but I just call him Dad. The most famous outlaw this Tri-County ever had. One night in June with a bright full moon is making good time, he stopped in the Dewdrop Inn out on the county line. And that waitress there had long dark hair, mysterious green eyes. The moonshine man had a different plan before the next sunrise. Some folks call him lightning, but I just call him Dad. The most famous outlaw this Tri-County ever had. One more. This is the verse you only hear here. Hear here. Hear here. lot of laughs and tears in 30 years with the road doing well. She was called to teach, she was called to preach, save us all from hell. It's kind of strange how life can change one week of a night. When it comes to love, that's what it does when it's stronger than moonshine. And some still call him lightning, but I just call him Dad. The most famous outlaw that Tri-County ever had.
Very nice.
Get a little honk out of this guitar. That's better. Anyway, so she's now officially a billionaire, and I realized when she became a billionaire that she became a billionaire by writing breakup songs for 17-year-old girls. She wrote breakup songs for 17-year-old girls and became a billionaire doing it. And I'm thinking, you know, there's no good breakup songs for 40-year-old men, right?
True.
So I wrote one. I would tell you the name of this song, but I'd give it away. Are you ready? I had to tell Jason what to do on each song because we don't have a clue. Well, you said that you were leaving, and that was that. I guess I should be grieving, looking back. The yesterday's behind me, and I made it this far somehow. I hope tomorrow finds me right where I am now. I'm day drinking in the dive bar, chugging 2 for 1 PBRs, sipping Jack Daniels on the rock, George Strait on that old jukebox. Got Hank and Bubba here by my side, getting cranked up and modified, and not thinking about where you are. Day drinking in a dive bar. I'm not gonna beg, I guess it's all my fault. So hand me one of those pickled eggs with a bottle of Tabasco sauce. I'm day drinking in a dive bar, chugging 2 for 1 PBRs, sipping Jack Daniels on the rocks, George Jones on that old jukebox. Hank and Bubba here by my side, getting cranked up and modified, not thinking about where you are. A day drinking in a dive bar. Take a turn around now. Now Betty the bartender, she doesn't take no lip. Swear she's getting more slender with every sip. I'm day drinking in a dive bar, chugging 2 for 1 PBRs, sipping Jack Daniels on the rocks, Georgia Merle on that old jukebox. Got Hank and Bubba here by my side, getting cranked up and modified, not thinking about where you are. A day drinking in a dive bar. I'm not thinking about where you are. A day drinking in a dive bar. Woo! Day drinking in a dive bar. You know, sometimes you never know where songs are going to come from, and I've written songs that's taken 3 years for me to finish. I got one song that Russell Moore and Third Time Out's got on hold right now that literally took me about 3 years to write. And I went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 co-writers on this song, and I'm not going to do it for you, but I just but this next song I'm going to do for you, it came to me in about 4 minutes. It's a 3.5 minute song, and it came to me in about 4 minutes. I was driving home from the Walmart one day. True story. I bought me a cheap pair of sunglasses, and I was driving down the road with those glasses on, looking at myself in the mirror, and this song I started singing this song. I don't know where it came from. I wasn't trying to write a song, wasn't thinking about writing a song, and this song popped out of my head, word for word, line for line, and anyway, so it's called Can I Buy You a Drink? How's it go? She said, I like your sunglasses. I said, $10 at the Walmart. She said, they're really classy. You know, kinda cool, you're kinda smart. I said, baby, they fit me like a glove. She kinda giggled and gave me a grin, but I saw that dimple right above her chin. I thought to myself, I think I'm in love. Then the sky big backer dude, 6'5", covered in tattoos, walked right up, put his arm around her. I stood up and looked him dead in the eye, making 6'6" instead of 6'5". I said, hey, excuse me, sir. Ooh, he's a big boy. Can I buy you a drink? How about a margarita? You ever had a kitchen sink with a shot of tequila? I wouldn't call it a flirt. How about a double shot of bourbon? What do you think? Can I buy you a drink? Don't turn around. He looked down, said they call me Big Jake. What's your name, mister? And oh, by the way, did you meet my kid sister? I said, well then, can I buy us a drink? How about some margaritas? Y'all ever had a kitchen sink with a shot of tequila? Maybe I was flirting. How about 3 shots of bourbon? What do you think? Can I buy us a drink? I know what I think. I'd like to buy us a drink. One more time, Jason. Woo.
All right, I got change there, brother.
Thanks. You gonna play guitar or something? What are you gonna do? You got a banjo? You got a banjo with you? No banjo tonight?
No banjo.
Jason's one of the best banjo pickers in.
I thought maybe we could hold the crowd.
Yeah, well, there is that possibility with the banjo. Let's see. Let's do this song. No, let's do Here in My Hometown first, okay? This song here I wrote. I used to have a condo down in Hilton Head, and I started this song down there. I had this idea for this song, and then I realized I wrote the first verse there, and then I realized when I got home that this song is about Kingsport, Tennessee, and I grew up in Bloomingdale. I don't know if y'all know where Bloomingdale is. I know you do know where Bloomingdale is, and I'm a good old Bloomingdale redneck, raised in Bloomingdale, not born there, but I was raised there, and Yeah, I still carry that redneck gene with me everywhere I go. Can't get rid of it, and I love it. But anyway, this here song is about this town right here, and some friends that I went to school with, and some locations you might remember if you're my age. You won't if you're not my age. Well, the live oak trees still line the oyster shell roads that leads back to my stomping grounds. And the warm Gulf breeze stops by to say hello, to let me know no one's around here in my hometown. And their boards in front of what used to be Sears. And that big town clock says it's 4:30, just like it has for 30-odd years. There's Mrs. Johnson, Becky Lynn's mom. She doesn't recognize me now. That old Holiday Inn was the scene of her prom. There's some things I can't talk about here in my hometown. Skating rinks a church and the drive-in's a big pasture field. Since that cotton mill closed, no one can find work, and they probably never will. Deacon Jones is hanging on to his hardware store, still selling nails by the pound. He says nobody much comes around anymore, but he'll die the day that he shuts down here in my hometown. In Atlanta and Michael's in LA, and Melinda married a millionaire. And Jerry's in the slammer and Gary's in the grave, and the rest have gone to God knows where. As for me, I'm in Nashville reaching for the stars, trying to keep my feet on the ground. And no matter where I roam with this old guitar, I always have to come back down here to my hometown. We got any single guys out there? I know of one single guy here. I know two single guys here. Got any single guys out there? This is for you. I'm going to send it out to West Host Claw. Ari Silver's in the house somewhere. Ari's on the road. Ari's been on the road traveling all over the world singing and playing. I'm going to get him up a little bit here, and we're going to do some. And he might want to play mandolin on something. I don't know. Or guitar. He's a great singer too. Anyway, so this next song is going to be for all the single guys in the house. This song took me about 6 months to write. I wrote the first half really, really quick, and then I didn't know where I was going to go with it. And then I got inspiration actually in on the coast of Florida, and I finished it there. I don't know how to describe this song, but just pay close attention to the words if you can. It tells a story, and I'll explain it at the end. Ready? Well, I hadn't had a date since the senior prom, so I went to findamate.com, figuring what the heck, I had nothing to lose. They guaranteed me the perfect girl, 'cause they'd search around the whole wide world, and all I had to do was just pick and choose. Well, the first thing up was a questionnaire, which seemed to me like truth or dare, so I thought I'd have me a little fun. It just said sex, so I wrote yes. It asked for my sign, I put redneck with a lot more silly answers before it was done. Then it asked for a recent photograph. I thought for a minute and then I laughed when I posted one of me making a funny face. Then I had a list of small details like my favorite color if I'd been in jail, and I was ready to enter their database. Well, in about 10 minutes, I got my first hit, a pretty young lass with great big teeth, and then another, and then another, and then pretty soon I was up to 25 likes. They just kept coming, no end in sight. There was everything from a young to a great-grandmother. Man, I couldn't believe my eyes. There's one of every shape and size from everywhere from here to Singapore. There's redheads, brunettes, few bleach blondes, and purple and orange and colors beyond, but how's I gonna know what I was looking for? But then it happened, and there she was. That very first glance I fell in love. Felt like a king had just found his queen. She looked smart with a really cute smile, and sassy and classy with a lot of style. Right there on the screen was a girl of my dreams. So I checked the profile to see what I'd find her. Now her answers were a lot like mine. Her sense of humor was very clever and cute. She had a good job and a college degree, but I guess what I was most happy to see is she liked to camp, ride, fish, and shoot. So I didn't hesitate. I liked her back, and then I asked her if she'd like to chat, and next thing I know, we were talking on the phone. But then the place she wanted to meet was a local gay bar just down the street, and that's my first clue. There's something wrong. Yeah, something told me I should have boarded. To make a longer story short, I'll let y'all figure out what happened next. And if there's a moral to this, I guess it's just because she wears a dress, it doesn't mean she's from the opposite sex. Yeah, I'm still looking for Mrs. Right, but I gave up on dating sites. Call me old-fashioned or a little gun-shy. I'm looking for love and total bliss, but I guarantee the next girl I kiss won't turn out to be a freaking guy. Okay, that song is not gay bashing in any way whatsoever. It is bashing men playing in women's sports, though, okay? So, there you go. All right, what we doing next? Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Let's do that crazier things if happens. You don't care. What time is it? I have no idea.
I don't know. Oh, we're good. 8:32.
That's not a good thing. You G? G?
Sure. You need that cake?
No, not for this one. Let's all get a sip of our favorite beverage. This is sponsored by Pals Sudden Service. This song here I wrote with a buddy of mine from Modesto, California. Actually, we were in Nashville together, and I met him in Nashville. He's a young singer, songwriter, artist. Actually, he's really good. His name is Just Let Me. Swear to God, he Just Let Me. Isn't that crazy?
You want me to go through the alphabet?
No, yeah, I'll do that, but I ain't got time right now. God almighty, his last name's James. Cannot think of his first name. But we wrote this song. Actually, we wrote this song on Music Row, and we got together and wrote. And he's got a video of this song out somewhere in the video world. It's called "Crazier Things Have Happened."
I think you can kick it.
We're going to wing it. I was working on my second bucket of beer, just catching a buzz when she suddenly appeared. She turned her head when she walked in, dressed to the nines, she was a 10. I told my buddies that girl right there's for me, and they all laughed, said, boy, she's out of your league. You don't have a shot in hell. I said, hold my beer, you just can't tell. 'Cause crazier things have happened, tonight might be the night. If the moon and stars are lined up just right. 'Cause now or never, make a break. I missed every shot I didn't take. You may think it's funny, but I'm not laughing. Crazier things have happened. I made my way across that crowded floor, and the closer I got, I just wanted her more. I walked up smooth in my best Conway, said, hello, darling. I have to say the crazier things have happened. Night might be the night. If the moon and stars are lined up just right. It's now or never, make a break. I missed every shot I didn't take. You may think it's funny, but I'm not laughing. Crazier things have happened. Yeah. It's been a year and change, and I spent most of mine on this ring. It's anybody's guess. She just might say yes. 'Cause crazier things have happened. Tonight might be the night. If the moon and stars are lined up just right. It's now or never, make a break. I missed every shot I didn't take. You may think it's funny, but I'm not laughing. 'Cause crazier things have happened. Yeah, they have. Crazier things have happened. Thank you, man. It's a. Hold on, I don't need a cape over this one. There's a big load over there at that table. I don't know. I just saw about 6 shots land over there. I don't know. Okay, this song here, I wrote this song.
This is bad news right here.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Bad news.
Bad idea. Yes, it is.
This song I wrote, I've got a cousin. Well, he married my cousin. His name is Phil Randazzo, and yeah, it's a long story. It's a really, really long story. How I wrote this song with Tim Stafford, and we were on the. Phil owns an island in upstate New York called the Whiskey Island. Jason's been there several times, right? How many times? I don't know. A few times, and anyway. Tim and I went up, and a long story short, this guy is Mr. Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. And he was, Tim and I and Phil and Mary were having supper on the island one night, and he got into telling this real long story. And to make that story short, one thing he used to do was he was a professional rodeo cowboy, and I mean world champion professional rodeo cowboy. And he was a roper. And he said, when he got told the end of this story, he said, I knew right then my roping days were done. My roping days are done. Me and Tim looked at each other and said, that's why we drove 12 hours to get up here on this island, is my roping days are done. We got to ride that. So the next day we went down on the island to the swimming dock. And we wrote this song for my cousin Phil. This is pretty much about cousin Phil in roping and the rodeo circuit. This was recorded by Blue Highway. Blue Highway cut this on one of their Grammy-nominated records, and I'm always grateful for that. But it's called My Roping Days Are Done. I was thinking about Mary as I left to come carry 4 hours to make Santa Fe. I know she's been hoping I'll quit this damn rope. That's one thing that she never said. Oh, it's the cowboy's addiction, the smell and the friction of a rope when it's down the evening top. And every year it gets rougher, but her love is tougher than any steer I've ever fought. There's more than living, it's been my whole life. It's taking and giving, the pleasure and strife. But I've known all along that this day would come. Yes, my roping days are done. There's headers and healers, addicts and dealers, and crown cover the fear. I've been a saint and a sinner, a loser and a winner. So where do I go from here? It's more than living, it's been my whole life. It's taking and giving, the pleasure and strife. But I've known alone that this day will come. Yes, my roping days are done. I'll be home by daybreak if I turned around now. I got boys, it's been fun. So tell the girls in Nogales I'm headed for Dallas, and my roping days are done. Yeah, my roping days are done. All right, we got any newlyweds in the house? Any newlyweds at all? Any newlyweds? Somebody married anywhere at all? Any newlyweds? Newlyweds over here? Any newlyweds? No newlyweds. Huh?
Now, this song ain't gonna work.
This song is supposed to do something else.
That'd be all right. Imagine you as a newlywed.
No, imagine you walked up to a beautiful woman over at the bar. Here, guys, this is going to be your really good opening line right here, okay? I'm going to give it to you. I don't know if it works or not, but I like it. I wrote this again. I wrote this song with Tim Stafford, and there's a story behind it, but I won't go there. But anyway, you ready?
Yeah,
I'll keep you cold.
I think so.
Okay. You look just like my next ex-wife. Would you like to get wild and crazy, maybe once or twice, then be compensated for the rest of your life? 'Cause you look just like my next ex-wife. Last time I met a woman like you, that totally turned me on. 2 seconds after I said I do, she turned into Mrs. Wrong. Well, you think I'd learn my lesson, but a blind man can see that you're hot. And you have got everything it takes to take half of everything I've got. You look just like my next ex-wife. Would you like to get wild and crazy, maybe once or twice, then be compensated for the rest of your life? 'Cause you look just like my next ex-wife. Now while we're still dating, you can wear lots of sexy clothes. Go down to here and up to there in your sleeky little fishnet hose. And once we get married, or you can go back to being yourself, hitching and a chaining and a bitching and complaining and making my life hell. You look just like my next ex-wife. Would you like to get wild and crazy, maybe once or twice, then be compensated for the rest of your life? 'Cause you look just like my next ex-wife. Lord, you look just like my next ex-wife. It's up on down there to beer 30, okay?
Beer 30?
All right. You good?
Yeah.
You gonna play guitar? You gonna play mandolin?
I'll play mandolin on.
Gonna play mandolin?
I think.
I can't believe you didn't bring a band. All right. This song here actually won an award a couple of years ago. I can't even tell you what the name of the award is.
Think of the name of the reward?
I can't think of the name of the award. It was a NSAI award of some kind, and I got a thing in the mail, congratulate me, and with a pike, and I'm like, wow, didn't even know I did it. Tim Stafford had played, Blue Highway played at Grand Ole Opry one night down in Nashville, and he asked me if I wanted to go hang out with him, and I'm like, sure. Anytime I go backstage at the Opry, I'm in, and so we had a good time, and we were leaving the Opry, going downtown to do what we do downtown, and and I was like, it's beer 30, boys, and anyway, I said, we got to write that. Let's write a song called Beer 30. And Tim's like, nah. Well, Brooks and Dunn had a song called Beer 30 in honky tonk time, and so he didn't want to do it. And I was like, I'm going to write a country song called Beer 30. You ready?
Yep.
And this is what I came up with. I work hard every day. A danger of my pay. 'Cause I've never been afraid of getting dirty. I'm a yes man at work, but my boss is a freaking jerk. And he can kiss my frosty glass come beer 30. Beer 30 comes when the work's all done. It's lots of fun when it's 2 for 1. And all the girls down at Earl's are so cute and flirty. You can hustle up some pull or throw some darts, or just grab a stool belly up to the bar. It don't matter who you are, come beer 30. There's Kiki. She's the queen of my karaoke machine. She can't really sing, but she sure is pretty. There's Hot Rod and Beer, Stuff and Hank. They don't care about what you think, 'cause they're just here to drink beer 30. Beer 30 comes when the work's all done. It's twice the fun when it's 2 for 1. And all the girls down at Earl's are so cute and flirty. You can hustle up some pool or throw some darts, or just grab a stool belly up to the bar. It don't matter who you are, come beer 30. Pick one, Jason. Now any old time that you get the urges, head down to Earl's and obey your thirst. 'Cause somewhere on this earth, it's beer 30. Beer 30 comes when the work's all done. It's twice the fun when it's 2 for 1. And all the girls down at Earl's are so cute and flirty. You can hustle up some pool or throw some darts, or just grab a stool belly up to the bar. It don't matter who you are, come beer 30. You just come as you are, it's beer 30. All right, we're gonna do just a couple more songs, and I'm gonna start getting some friends of mine up. I got a lot of friends in here. I don't know where they're all at, but they're back there somewhere. I can't see, but great singers, great songwriters, great pickers in the house, and we're gonna jam, and hopefully all of them will do some songs that I've written with them, and you can hear what they sound like when a great singer sings them. I'm not a great singer. You don't have to be a great singer to be a songwriter. That's the cool thing about it is. But I can get the job done enough to get the message across. This next song is the most personal song I've ever written. People ask, what's your favorite song you have ever written? And this is my most favorite song I've ever written in my life. I wrote this song one night. I had a gig over in Boone, North Carolina. And I wrote the first verse and the chorus in my truck driving over to the gig, and then coming home after the gig, I wrote the last verse and finished it. And this song is about my mama. My mom is my biggest hero in the whole wide world. She's the greatest woman I've ever known in my life, and she raised 3 kids by herself, and she was a waitress her whole life. That's all she ever did. And she raised me and my brother Tommy. Some of y'all know Tommy. And my sister Alice. We call her Sis. But anyway, she's the greatest woman I've ever known in my life and my biggest inspiration. And I wrote this song about her, and I need that capo in the floor. Hold on. Sorry about that, but anyway, this song is about my mom. We're going to do one more after this, and we're going to get some folks up and have some fun. We got Garth Brooks in the house, ladies and gentlemen. You might not believe that, but Garth Brooks is in the house. Maybe. This song's about my mom. I love her, and I miss her. She's gone now, but she did get to hear this song recorded before she passed away, and. Mama was a giant of a woman, though she stood at only 5 feet tall. There was a time in her mind she thought she had it all. But Dad had a little problem. He let drinking get the best of him. So Mama took all she could and then she took the kids, never looked back again. She had no extra education, but she knew she had to find a job. Only thing available was waiting on tables out at the local truck stop. She swallowed her pride and walked inside. She had 3 kids to raise. She said you could start the day, and by the way, it's tips and minimum wage. Tips and minimum wage. That's how I was raised. Never had a lot of what we got. We learned to appreciate. And Mama, she's so proud of the kids she raised. Looking back now, I don't see how. Tips and minimum wage. Mama, she's on her own now. The kids are all up and grown. For the first time in her life, there's peace and quiet in the house there all alone. She's going to church every Sunday, still going to work every day. 20 years later, she's still waiting tables, tips and minimum wage. Tips and minimum wage. That's how I was raised. Never had a lot of what we got. Learned to appreciate. And Mama, she's so proud of the kids she raised. Looking back now, I don't see how. Tips and minimum wage. Mama, she's so proud of the kids she raised. Looking back now, I don't see how. Tips and minimum wage. Thank y'all so much. I don't know who I'm going to get up first, but I got to do one more song. This morning I woke up to, hey Brad, how you doing, buddy? I woke up to an email that I wrote a Christmas song about 3 or 4 years ago when Steve Gully was still alive. We was going to do a Christmas show together up at the Lincoln Theater, me and Steve Gully and Tim Stafford, and they wanted original Christmas songs, and it was the Song in the Mountains TV show on PBS, and wanted us to do all original songs. So I wrote this cute little Christmas song from an idea from the eyes of maybe a 7-year-old boy. And anyway, I just got an email first thing this morning that said that it had been picked up. This is the 3rd time it's been picked up now. It's being 3rd music library for TV and film that has picked this song up, and hopefully it'll be in a Hallmark movie near you coming soon, I hope. But anyway, that's really cool news. That's a good way to wake up if I wish I could wake up that way everywhere. Really good news, and it's called I Believe in Santa Claus. Are you ready? I don't know how we kick it.
Just kick it, just get it.
How about that? Hey, 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 it's down there, not up there. I believe in Santa Claus, and I'll tell you why, because Granddad said it, so I know it's true. You believe in what you want, Some folks do, some folks don't, but I'd be extra nice if I were you. I saw him in the mall today, then I saw him in the big parade, ringing the bell outside the 5 and dime. It's magic how he gets around, from store to store all over town. Rudolph must be working overtime. I believe in Santa Claus, and I'll tell you why, because Granddad said it, so I know it's true. You believe in what you want, some folks do, some folks don't, but I'd be extra nice if I were you. I like it. I asked him for a brand new bike, a BB gun and a Barlow knife. He just laughed with a great big ho, ho, ho. Then he looked at Mom and Dad, asked if I've been good or bad. Something tells me he already knows. I believe in Santa Claus, and I'll tell you why, because Granddad said it, so I know it's true. You believe in what you want, some folks do, some folks don't, but I'd be extra nice if I were you. Yeah, I believe in Santa Claus, and I'll tell you why, because Granddad said it, so I know it's true. You believe in what you want, some folks do, some folks don't, but I'd be extra nice if I were you. Yeah, I'd be extra nice if I were you. Coming to a Hallmark movie near you.